Welcome back to Z Coins, where we uncover the fascinating world of coins and their hidden values. Today, we're diving deep into the history, value, and potential worth of the 1978 Washington quarter. Did you know that one of these coins sold for an astonishing $92,000? Stick around to find out why, and let's explore how much your 1978 quarter might be worth today. First, let's talk about the history of the Washington quarter. This iconic coin was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, the obverse features a striking profile of Washington, while the reverse originally showcased a bald eagle perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and readiness. Now, let's fast forward to 1978. By this time, the coin had become a staple of American currency, minted primarily in three locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The 1978 quarters were produced in large quantities, making them a common sight in circulation. However, certain factors can make this seemingly ordinary coin worth a small fortune today. At first glance, the 1978 quarter might look like any other coin, but don't be fooled. There are specific reasons why collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these coins. Quarters minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark. Quarters minted in Denver bear a D mint mark. Quarters minted in San Francisco have an S mint mark and were only produced as proofs, meaning they were struck with exceptional quality for collectors. Rare minting errors, like double dies, off-center strikes, and clipped planchets can significantly increase the value of a 1978 quarter. Look out for subtle variations in the lettering, date, or Washington's profile. These small imperfections can make a big difference. Coins in pristine condition, graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, are incredibly rare and highly sought after. These are the coins that can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. Now, let's talk about the headline grabber, the 1978 Washington quarter that sold for a jaw-dropping $92,000. This particular coin was a flawless example, graded MS68 Plus by PCGS. Its exceptional luster, sharp details, and lack of any noticeable imperfections made it a true gem. The rarity of such a high-grade coin drove collectors into a bidding frenzy at auction. Remember, the chances of finding a coin in this condition are slim, but it's not impossible. So always check your quarters carefully. You never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. So, how much is a 1978 Washington quarter worth today? Let's break it down. Circulated coins. Most 1978 quarters you'll find in your pocket change are worth their face value of 25 cents. However, they're still worth holding onto for their historical significance. Uncirculated coins. Coins in mint state condition can fetch $5 to $15 on average, depending on their grade. High-grade coins. Quarters graded MS65 to MS67 can sell for $50 to $200. Error coins, depending on the type and severity of the error. These can range from $100 to several $1,000s. Proof coins. San Francisco minted proof quarters, especially those with cameo or deep cameo finishes, can command prices of $20 to $50 or more. To determine if your 1978 quarter is valuable, here are some tips. Examine the condition. Look for coins with minimal wear and sharp details. A coin's grade is one of the biggest factors in its value. Check the mint mark. Identify where the coin was minted and look for proof or error coins. Use a magnifying glass. Inspect the coin for doubling, die cracks, or other anomalies. Get it graded. If you think you have a rare or high-grade coin, consider sending it to a professional grading service for authentication. If you're serious about coin collecting, here are a few tips to keep in mind. Always handle coins carefully to avoid damage. Store your collection in a cool, dry place using protective cases or albums. research and stay updated on market trends. Attend coin shows and join collector communities to learn from experts. And there you have it, the incredible story of the 1978 Washington quarter and why it's worth more than just 25 cents. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, always keep an eye out for these hidden gems. Who knows? We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1987 P. Washington quarter. Did you know that this seemingly ordinary coin might be hiding in your pocket right now, and its value could go as high as $84,000? That's right. What looks like spare change could turn out to be worth a fortune. So grab a seat, and let's uncover the secrets of this coin together. First, let's talk about the basics. The 1987 P. Washington quarter was minted in Philadelphia, as indicated by the small P mint mark on the obverse side of the coin, just to the right of George Washington's ponytail. The design of the Washington quarter has a rich history. The obverse features the iconic profile of the first U.S. President, George Washington, designed by John Flanagan back in 1932 to commemorate the bicentennial of Washington's birth. The reverse side, on the other hand, showcases an American bald eagle with outstretched wings, holding arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing both strength and peace. In 1987, over 582 million Washington quarters were minted at the Philadelphia Mint. With such a high mintage number, you might think these coins are pretty common, and you'd be right, for the most part. But like with any coin, the devil is in the details. Certain rare varieties, errors, and pristine graded examples can significantly increase a coin's value. So, what's the deal with the 1987 P. Washington quarter, and why are some of them worth thousands of dollars? The answer lies in three main factors: rarity, condition, and errors. Let's break these down one by one. First up, rarity. While the 1987 P quarter isn't rare in terms of its overall production, some specific varieties are incredibly scarce. For instance, coins with unique minting errors, like double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet flaws, are highly sought after by collectors. One particularly famous error associated with the Washington quarter is the double die. This happens when the coin's design is accidentally struck twice at slightly different angles, creating a doubling effect on the text or image. On the 1987 P quarter, collectors look for doubling on areas like the word liberty or the phrase "In God We Trust." If you spot a double die error, your coin could easily fetch thousands of dollars. The second factor is condition. Coin collectors, or numismatists, place a huge emphasis on the condition of a coin. This is where coin grading comes into play. The Sheldon scale grades coins on a scale of 1 to 70, with 70 being a flawless, perfect coin. If your 1987 P quarter is graded at a mint state 65 or higher, you're in for a treat because such coins are rare and can command premium prices. For example, an MS-67 graded 1987 P quarter can sell for upwards of $1,000 at auction, while an MS-68, a nearly perfect coin, could easily break into the five-figure range. And here's the kicker: a 1987 P quarter with an ultra-rare perfect MS-70 grade sold for a jaw-dropping $84,000. Now that you know what makes these coins valuable, how can you tell if your 1987 P quarter is worth big money? Let's go over a step-by-step checklist. Check the mint mark. Make sure your coin has the P mint mark, indicating it was minted in Philadelphia. Examine the coin for any errors or unique features. Look for signs of doubling, off-center strikes, or other anomalies. Inspect the coin's condition. Does it have any scratches, discoloration, or wear? The closer it looks to being freshly minted, the higher its grade and value. Get your coin professionally graded by a reputable grading service like PeaceGS or NGC. A professional grade can significantly increase your coin's marketability. And once you've identified a valuable coin, the next step is to sell it. Rare 1987p quarters often fetch top dollar at auctions, online marketplaces, or through private sales to avid collectors. We're diving into an incredible story about a coin that you just might have in your pocket change, the 2007p Washington quarter from the Statehood series. Believe it or not, certain versions of this coin have sold for mind-blowing amounts of money. One even went for $62,000 at auction. That's right, a single quarter worth over 60 grand. How is that even possible? Stick with me, and we'll uncover the history, rare details, and what makes this coin so valuable in today's market. First, let's talk about the 2007 Washington quarter and where it fits into American coinage history. This quarter was part of the Statehood Quarter Series, a program launched by the U.S. Mint in 1999 to honor all 50 states. Each year, 5 new state designs were released, with unique reverses representing the culture, history, and landmarks of the featured states. 2007 marked the 9th year of the program, featuring designs for Montana, Washington, Idaho, Wyoming, and Utah. The Washington quarter in question, specifically the 2007p minted in Philadelphia, is tied to the state of Washington. Its reverse design features a striking image of a leaping salmon in front of Mount Rainier, symbolizing the state's natural beauty and thriving fishing industry. But here's where things get exciting. While millions of these coins were minted, only a select few have turned out to be worth a small fortune. So what sets them apart? Let's get into it. When it comes to coin collecting, rarity is everything. For the 2007p Washington quarter, the big-ticket sales have been linked to certain rare errors and exceptional conditions. Here are some key factors to look for. Double dies. Some 2007 quarters exhibit doubling on the obverse, George Washington's profile, or reverse, the salmon design. Look closely at the lettering, numbers, or details of the design for signs of doubling. These errors can add thousands of dollars to the coin's value. Off-center strikes. If the design isn't perfectly centered on the coin, that's another highly collectible minting error. Coins with significant off-center strikes can sell for hundreds or even thousands. Clipped planchets. This occurs when part of the coin's edge is missing due to a defect in the planchet, the blank metal disc used for minting. Clipped planchet errors are rare and sought after. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC in MS67, MS68, or higher are extremely valuable. For context, an MS67 grade means the coin has virtually no visible imperfections under magnification. The highest graded examples, especially MS69 or MS70, are incredibly rare. In fact, one of the highest graded 2007p Washington quarters sold for $62,000 at auction. Natural toning, a colorful or iridescent sheen that develops on the surface of coins over time, can make a coin more desirable. Collectors love unique, eye-catching tones, especially those with blues, purples, or gold hues. So, if you have a 2007p quarter lying around, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe and start examining it. Who knows? You might have a hidden treasure. Now, you might be wondering, why would someone pay tens of thousands of dollars for a quarter? The answer lies in a combination of factors: rarity, condition, and collector demand. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions have seen record-breaking sales for coins like the 2007p Washington quarter because they check all the boxes for serious collectors. For example, a coin in near-perfect condition, graded MS68 by PCGS, sold for an astonishing $62,000. This wasn't just any quarter, it was essentially flawless, making it one of the best preserved examples in existence. Another reason these coins fetch big money is the passion of collectors. People who specialize in statehood quarters or mint errors are willing to pay top dollar to complete their collections. And as time goes on, these rare coins only become harder to find, driving up their value even more. So, what's the current market value of the 2007 P. Washington quarter? For most circulated examples, the value is face value, 25 cents. However, if you've got a coin in pristine, uncirculated condition or one with a rare minting error, you could be looking at anywhere from $20 to several $1,000s. Cut to host on camera. Here's a quick tip. If you think you have a valuable coin, consider having it graded by a professional service like PeaceGS or NGC. While grading can cost anywhere from $20 to $100, it's worth it for high-value coins, as it can significantly increase their resale price. Also, do some research on recent sales. Check platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and Great Collections to see what similar coins are selling for. And always deal with reputable buyers if you're planning to sell. So, there you have it, the fascinating story of the 2007 P. Washington quarter, a coin that could be worth way more than its face value. Whether it's a rare error, pristine condition, or just plain luck, this little piece of history proves that you never know what treasures you might find in your change. We're diving deep into the 2014 D. Washington quarter. Why is this seemingly ordinary coin making headlines among collectors? Stick around to find out how history, rarity, and sheer luck might just turn loose change into a life-changing payday. 2014 D. Washington quarter. History, value, and the $52,000 coin. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American coinage since 1932, introduced to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Over the decades, this coin has undergone numerous design changes, from the classic eagle reverse to the state and national park series we know today. Now, let's focus on the 2014 D. Washington quarter. The D mint mark indicates it was minted in Denver. This coin is part of the America the Beautiful series, featuring Great Smoky Mountains National Park on the reverse side. The reverse design, created by Chris Costello and sculpted by Renata Gordon, captures the beauty of America's most visited national park. It's a beloved design, but what really makes some of these coins so special? Not all 2014 D quarters are worth a fortune, but certain factors can elevate their value significantly. Let's break it down. Like any collectible, condition matters. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition with sharp details and no visible wear are far more valuable than those that have been in circulation. The top grade for coins is MS-70, meaning a perfect mint state. Errors are a collector's dream. These can include double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet errors. Even minor errors can significantly boost a coin's value. While the 2014 D quarter isn't rare in the traditional sense, certain unique examples have captured collector attention. If a coin has an interesting story, such as being part of a renowned collection, it can drive up its value. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the 2014 D. Washington quarter that sold for an eye-popping $52,000. What made this coin so special? This coin was graded MS-68 by the professional coin grading service PeaceGS. While MS-68 isn't a perfect score, it's incredibly rare for a modern quarter. Out of millions of coins minted, only a handful achieve this level of perfection. This coin had phenomenal luster and flawless surfaces, making it a standout example. When a coin like this hits the auction block, competitive bidding can drive the price sky high. So, you're probably wondering, how much is your 2014 D. Washington quarter worth? Let's break it down. Most 2014 D quarters you find in pocket change are worth face value, 25 cents. Coins in uncirculated condition might fetch $1 to $5 from collectors. If your coin is graded MS-65 or above, its value can climb to $100 or more. Quarters with errors, like doubling or off-center strikes, can be worth $50 to several $1,000s, depending on the severity and rarity of the error. If you want to try your luck at finding a valuable 2014 B quarter, here are some tips. Always inspect your pocket change and rolls of quarters from the bank. A good magnifying glass or coin loupe can help you spot tiny details and errors. Learn to recognize key errors and understand grading standards. Connect with other collectors through forums, coin shows, and online groups. Who would have thought a 2014 B Washington quarter could be worth $52,000? While most coins won't fetch such a jaw-dropping price, the thrill of the hunt and the possibility of uncovering a hidden gem make coin collecting an exciting hobby. So check your change, do your research, and who knows? The next big discovery could be hiding right in your pocket. Did you know that a simple coin in your pocket could actually be worth tens of thousands of dollars? That's right. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 2015 P. Washington $quarter coin. What makes it special, why it could be worth an astounding $46,000, and its current market value in 2025. Stick around. You won't want to miss a single detail. First, let's go back to where it all began. The Washington quarter has been an iconic part of U.S. currency since 1932, when it was introduced to honor the 200th birthday of America's first president, George Washington. Fast forward to 2015, and we have the America the Beautiful series still in full swing. The 2015 Washington quarter belongs to this series and celebrates Kisatchie National Forest in Louisiana. If you flip the coin, you'll see a stunning reverse design featuring a wild turkey in flight, framed by longleaf pine trees, the perfect tribute to this natural wonder. You might be wondering, what makes the 2015 P quarter different from all the others? The answer lies in its errors and minting quirks. Many coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint, P. Mintmark, in 2015 had defects that turned them into rare collector's items. Die errors, such as doubling on the obverse or reverse, striking errors, like off-center designs or die cracks, even planchet issues, where the coin's metal wasn't properly prepared, can drive up its value. Collectors absolutely love these mistakes, and some of them are willing to pay big bucks for a coin in pristine condition with these rare features. Here's where it gets really exciting. In 2019, a 2015 P. Washington quarter with a rare error sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $46,000. What made this coin so special? Well, it was graded by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, at an MS68 level, nearly flawless, with exceptional luster and sharp details. Not only that, but this particular coin also had a highly unusual die crack that stretched across the reverse, making it one of a kind. This combination of rarity, high grade, and demand from collectors is what drove the price so high. So what about today? What's the current market value of the 2015 P. Washington quarter in 2025? The truth is, most 2015 P quarters are worth only their face value of 25 cents. However, coins in mint state condition or those with rare errors can sell for anywhere between $100 and $1,000. A coin graded MS65 might fetch around $50-$150. An MS67 coin could be valued at $500 or more. And if you've got a near-perfect MS68 with an error, you could be sitting on a small fortune, up to $10,000 or higher, depending on demand. Now that you know the potential value, here's how to spot a 2015 P quarter that might be worth big money. Check the mint mark. Look for the P on the obverse side, just below "In God We Trust." Examine for errors. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the coin for doubling, cracks, or off-center designs. Check the condition. Coins in near-perfect condition are far more valuable than heavily circulated ones. Get it graded. If you think you've found something special, send your coin to PCGS or NGC4. Professional grading. Before we wrap up, here are some final tips for all you coin enthusiasts. Always handle your coins carefully. Wear gloves to avoid scratches or fingerprints. Store your collection in a cool, dry place using coin holders or albums. Stay updated on auction trends and market values. You never know when the price of your coin might skyrocket. And remember, even if your 2015 P quarter isn't worth thousands today, it could still be a valuable part of your collection in the future. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the 2015 P Washington quarter dollar coin. If you've got one of these coins in your collection, or if you found an interesting error, let me know in the comments below. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 2018 D Washington quarter. Could it really be worth a jaw-dropping $36,000? Let's find out. Let's start with a little history about this coin. The Washington quarter has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1932, introduced to celebrate the 200th birthday of George Washington. Over the years, the design of the quarter has undergone changes, especially after the launch of the America, the Beautiful Quarters program in 2010. The 2018 D quarter is part of this program, representing national parks and historic sites across the United States. Each quarter released in 2018 highlights a different landmark. Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore in Michigan, Apostle Islands National Lakeshore in Wisconsin, Voyageurs National Park in Minnesota, Cumberland Island National Seashore in Georgia, Block Island National Wildlife Refuge in Rhode Island. The D on the coin indicates that it was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the two primary mints responsible for producing U.S. coins for circulation, alongside the Philadelphia Mint. Close-up shots of coins under a magnifying glass, showing mint marks and errors. Now, you might be wondering, what makes some 2018 D Washington quarters worth just 25 cents, while others could fetch thousands of dollars? There are three key factors that determine a coin's value. Rarity. Some coins are rare due to low mintage numbers, but in the case of the 2018 D, rarity comes from unique errors or die varieties. Condition. Coins graded highly by third-party services like PCGS or NGC can skyrocket in value. A Mint State 67 or Mint State 68 coin will always be worth more than one with wear and tear, errors, and varieties. This is where the 2018 D quarter shines. Certain coins from this year have been found with striking errors that make them exceptionally rare and desirable to collectors. Stay tuned, because we'll discuss these error types in just a moment. One 2018 D Washington quarter has been reported to sell for an astonishing $36,000 at auction. So what made this coin so special? The key lies in its grade and error. This coin was certified by PCGS as Mint State 68 Plus, a nearly perfect grade. To put this into perspective, tens of millions of 2018 D quarters were struck, but only a handful have ever received this ultra-high grade. Additionally, this coin featured a striking error, which significantly increased its value. Examples of errors include double die obverse, where the front of the coin shows doubling in the text or design, die cracks and chips, raised lines or bumps caused by cracks in the die. Off-center strikes, coin struck off-center, leaving part of the design missing. Collectors go crazy for these types of coins because they're unique. No two errors are exactly the same. Okay, so what's the current market value of a 2018 D Washington quarter? For most circulated quarters, you're looking at face value, just 25 cents. But if your coin is uncirculated or has a rare error, it could fetch much more. Uncirculated coins in Mint State 65, typically worth $5 to $20. Rare errors or high grades, Mint State 67 or higher, these can range from $500 to several $1,000s. The record holder 2018 D quarter at $36,000. This coin sale set a precedent and has inspired many collectors to check their coins for hidden treasures. If you have a 2018 D quarter, especially one in pristine condition, consider sending it to PCGS. or NGC for grading. Who knows, you might just hit the jackpot. Want to know if your 2018 D Washington quarter is valuable? Here's what to do. Inspect the coin's condition. Look for wear and tear. The shinier and less circulated it looks, the better. Check for mint marks and errors. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to look for doubling, die cracks, or other irregularities. Consider professional grading. If your coin appears uncirculated or has noticeable errors, send it to a grading service. Even if your coin doesn't turn out to be worth thousands, hunting for rare quarters is a fun and rewarding hobby. That wraps up today's video on the 2018 D Washington quarter. Remember, treasure could be hiding in plain sight, even in your pocket change. So check your quarters carefully, and who knows? You could be sitting on a small fortune. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1966 Washington quarter dollar coin. What makes this coin so special? Why are collectors willing to pay thousands, even $76,000, for certain examples of this coin? And could you have one hiding in your loose change? Stick around, because we're about to reveal everything you need to know. First, let's talk about the history of the Washington quarter. The Washington quarter was introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. Designed by John Flanagan, this iconic coin features a portrait of Washington on the obverse, or front, and an eagle on the reverse, or back. Originally, these quarters were made from 90% silver and 10% copper. However, that changed in 1965 due to the Coinage Act. The U.S. Mint transitioned from silver to a copper-nickel composition because of rising silver prices and a nationwide coin shortage. By 1966, Washington quarters were entirely composed of a copper core and nickel cladding, marking a significant shift in American coinage. So, what makes the 1966 Washington quarter special? Well, this coin comes from a very turbulent period in U.S. minting history. To combat coin hoarding, the mint made several key changes. In 1965 and 1966, coins were struck without a mint mark, regardless of whether they were produced in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. This decision makes it impossible to identify where 1966 quarters were minted. Furthermore, the quality control at the mint wasn't as rigorous during this period. This led to the creation of several interesting errors and varieties, which are highly sought after by collectors today. Now, let's talk about the rare errors and varieties that can make a 1966 Washington quarter worth a fortune. Here are some of the most notable ones to look out for. Double die obverse. This occurs when the coin's design is struck twice, slightly misaligned, creating a doubling effect. Look closely at the lettering in Washington's profile for signs of doubling. Off-center strikes. Coins that were struck off-center can fetch high prices, especially if the date is still visible. Clipped planchets. These are coins that were struck on incomplete blanks, leading to a distinctive clipped appearance. Transitional errors. Extremely rare 1966 quarters have been discovered struck on leftover silver planchets from earlier years. These are the holy grail for collectors. It's these rare errors and varieties that drive up the value of certain 1966 quarters, with some fetching prices as high as $76,000. So how can you tell if your 1966 Washington quarter is one of these valuable rarities? Here are a few steps to follow. Examine the coin closely. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop to look for signs of errors, such as doubling or unusual markings. Check the weight. Regular 1966 quarters weigh 5.67 grams, while those struck on silver planchets weigh 6.25 grams. A precise coin scale can help you determine if your coin is unique. Get the coin graded. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and grade your coin, which can significantly increase its value. Remember, a professionally graded coin not only proves its authenticity, but also makes it more attractive to serious collectors. Now, let's talk numbers. What is the current market value of a 1966 Washington quarter? Common examples without errors are worth face value, 25 cents. However, coins in uncirculated condition can sell for $10 to $50. Rare error coins, like those with double dies or struck on silver planchets, can range from $1,000 to $10,000. And the rarest examples, such as high-grade transitional errors, have sold at auction for as much as $76,000. The key takeaway? Pay close attention to your coins, because you never know when you might strike it rich. Before we wrap up, here are a few quick tips for coin collectors. Stay educated. Learn about coin errors and varieties to know what to look for. Handle coins properly. Always handle coins by their edges to avoid damage. Store coins safely. Use protective holders or albums to keep your collection in pristine condition. Did you know that a 1965 Washington quarter could be worth as much as $68,000? Yes, you heard that right. A simple coin that you might overlook in your pocket change could hold a fortune. In today's video, we'll dive deep into the fascinating history of the 1965 Washington quarter, what makes it so valuable, and how you could potentially find one worth thousands. Cut to visuals of old U.S. Mint facilities, archival footage of coins being minted, and images of quarters from the early 20th century. The story of the 1965 Washington quarter begins in the midst of a significant transition for U.S. coinage. In the early 1960s, the United States faced a major silver shortage. You see, quarters and other coins minted before 1965 were made of 90% silver and 10% copper. But as the value of silver began to rise, people started hoarding these coins for their precious metal content. Insert infographic showing the rising price of silver during the 1960s. In response, the U.S. Mint had to act fast. In 1965, they made a big decision. They removed silver from quarters and dimes altogether. From then on, these coins were made of a copper-nickel clad composition, with a copper core and a nickel coating. This change was meant to keep coins affordable and in circulation. Cut to a comparison of a pre-1965 silver quarter and a 1965 clad quarter, but this shift wasn't as smooth as you might think. A few silver quarters from 1965 slipped through the cracks, and those mistakes became incredibly rare and incredibly valuable. Cut to a dramatic shot of a pristine 1965 Washington quarter with a glowing effect. So, what makes the 1965 Washington quarter so special? Well, the majority of 1965 quarters were made using the new copper-nickel clad composition. However, a very small number, likely due to an error, were accidentally struck on leftover 90% silver planchets from 1964. Insert close-up visuals of a silver 1964 quarter next to a 1965 quarter. Highlight the differences. This means that if you find a 1965 quarter that was struck on a silver planchet, you've hit the jackpot. These coins are incredibly rare, and collectors are willing to pay big bucks for them. The most famous example sold at auction for a staggering $68,000. Insert footage of an auction with the hammer falling and the price being displayed. $68,000. The reason for this high price isn't just the rarity, but also the story behind the coin and its historical significance as a transitional piece. Imagine owning a coin that represents a major turning point in U.S. history. Cut to visuals of someone examining coins with a magnifying glass. Now, here's the million-dollar question, or should I say the $68,000 question. How can you tell if your 1965 quarter is one of these rare silver errors? Close-up shot of a scale being used to weigh a quarter. First, check the weight of your quarter. A standard copper-nickel clad 1965 quarter weighs about 5.67 grams, while a silver quarter will weigh slightly more, at 6.25 grams. You can use a digital scale to check this at home. Second, you can use the magnet test. Silver isn't magnetic, so if your quarter sticks to a magnet, it's not silver. Show someone closely examining the edge of a quarter. Lastly, look at the edge of the coin. Copper nickel-clad quarters will have a distinct copper-colored line running along the edge. A silver quarter, on the other hand, will have a uniform silver edge. Cut to visuals of a coin shop and online auction listings. Now, let's talk about the current market value of these coins. While a standard 1965 Washington quarter in circulated condition is only worth its face value, 25 cents, a silver error from that year could fetch anywhere from $7,000 to $68,000, depending on its condition and grading. Insert footage of a coin being graded by a professional. If you think you've found a 1965 silver quarter, it's crucial to have it authenticated and graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. The higher the grade, the more valuable your coin will be. Cut to visuals of graded coins in plastic slabs with labels. For example, the $68,000 coin we mentioned earlier was graded MS65, meaning it was in nearly perfect condition. So, don't clean your coin. Leave that to the professionals. Montage of people searching through jars of coins, coin rolls, and attending flea markets. Wondering where you can find one of these rare 1965 quarters? Start by checking your pocket change, old coin jars, and even coin rolls from the bank. Many people don't realize they might be sitting on a treasure. Cut to a scene of a successful coin hunter holding up a rare quarter. You can also visit flea markets, estate sales, and coin shops. Keep your eyes peeled. You never know where one of these rare coins might show up. The 1965 Washington quarter is a perfect example of how a simple coin can hold incredible value and tell a fascinating story. So, the next time you come across a quarter, take a closer look. You might just strike gold, or in this case, silver. Cut to dramatic shot of the 1965 silver quarter with text overlay. Could this be in your change? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more coin collecting tips and fascinating stories. Thanks for watching and happy hunting!